Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Otumba Adams Show. I am sure you're wondering where I am as you're listening to my voice. Okay, so here I am. How are you guys doing? Happy Saturday to you guys, and welcome to the Otumba Adams Show. This is the 72nd episode of the show. It's been a fun-filled year, and we've been waxing stronger, as it were. Okay, so how has been your week? How has been life generally? How is work? How is family? How is business? And did you get to go for any one bear today? Or like some of us that had to stay from morning till evening on my system today, like I did not have that time for any fun. Be it as it may, it is what it is, and this is what we live for. All right, so on today's episode, I would be having a wonderful guest that will be joining me today. And he's someone that I have known for a pretty good amount of years, 2004 till now. Yeah, that's about 17 years thereabout. Yeah, true. Is it seven? Yeah, I think about 17 years now. And like we did pre-degree together, and we also graduated from the Federal University of Technology, Akure, together. But before I bring him up, is there anybody watching me live that would like to introduce themselves? You know how we do it. Put your name, put your location in the comment section, and I would bring you right up. Okay, if there's anybody that would like to do that right now, please do that. But if not, then I would dive right in to introducing our guests for today, because we know that like time is of the essence and you guys have a lot of things to do. I know some of you guys are just shy, like some of you guys just come and like my page on Facebook, and then for you guys to introduce yourself would turn to Wahala. No Wahala. I understand. All right, so on this episode, our guest today is Lucky Nkumah. He's a pastor, but I am not going to read his bio yet. I'm about to read his bio. I just want to get some things set up, and I would be reading my Oga at the top's bio. Okay, so Mr. Lucky, just a moment. And all right. So, oops, I'm sorry. I think I made a mistake there. Let me remove this. This is an error. I have fallen my Oga's hand. My Oga is laughing at me in the background. Can you see life? Okay, so let me redo that. That was actually a mistake on my part. Okay, I was trying to like fetch something out, and let's do it one more time. Oh, yes. All right, so this is our guest for today, and I'm going to be reading his bio to you guys right about now. All right, just a second. All right, so Lucky David Nkumah is a purpose-driven young man from Nigeria with a vision to raise a generation of champions liberated from oppression and ignorance with an exemplary and excellent godly lifestyles. He holds a bachelor's degree and master's degree in civil engineering and construction engineering, respectively. He also holds certificates and diploma in ministerial leadership and alumnus of Charisma Impact Institute, Global College of Ministry, Global Proclamation Academy, Personal Leadership Academy, and Mogi Global Leadership School. He's a transformational speaker, insightful author with published books, leadership consultant, worship leader, brand strategist, executive compare, and life coach. He has served and still serving in various leadership capacities and sits on the board of some religious, chaplain, volunteer, and educational organizations. He's also the host of Atmosphere of Grace and Truth on YouTube and Anchor.fm. He's presently the Executive Serving Director, ESD/Provost of Influence Assignments, Influence Leadership Academy, organization poised to add value to humanity. He is married and blessed with 2 daughters. Ladies and gentlemen, please, with a round of applause, help me welcome my guest today, Pastor Lucky. Sorry, sir. Your Lordship, sir. I'm very, very sorry, sir. Your Lordship, sir. Pastor Lucky Nkumah. You're welcome, sir.
Wow, thank you very much, Otumba Adams, my friend and brother since 19 Moses. It's good to see you
It's
again, and thank you very much for this privilege. I really
it's
appreciate
it's
it.
it's good to have you. It's really good to have you. So
So,
how has it been before we dive right into what we have? How is life over there? I know that like we are both in the same states, right? So how
that's
is life
true.
at your end?
Yeah, life is fine. We thank God life is good. LG.
Seriously, LG. All right,
Yeah.
so I don't want to waste your time, right? Because I know that like we have a time constraint, and you are here to talk to us on leadership. I know that like your notes are ready, right?
That's
So let
true.
me quickly set up the slide that you would be working with, and then like I'll pull myself out, and you would have the floor. So just give me a minute, and I would give you the floor to dazzle everybody with the razzmatazz and everything that you want to do.
All right, all right, all right.
Okay, so just a sec, and I would be right back. You're free to start, sir. The ball is in your court right now. Hello, Mr. Lucky.
Hello.
Yeah, please start.
So, can I begin?
Yes, you can. You can.
All right, thank you very much, everyone, wherever you're watching all over the world. Thank you very much for having me once again, Otumba Adams, my friend and brother. And I celebrate what you do, and I do pray that greater heights for you in the name of our Lord. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Today, I want to speak on leadership, for a vital attribute every entrepreneur needs. And it's important that you listen to me because learning is key to transformation. Learning is key to transformation. It's just like the popular mantra. It said, if you're not informed, you'll be deformed. All right. So, by way of introduction, the subject of leadership is cardinal when it comes to making an impact with our lives. A lot of us will know that life is not just about survival. Life is about impact. Okay, life is not just about its duration. Life, it's about donation. What are you donating to life? Okay, and I used to say that if you're truly going to make a lasting success and impact with your life, yeah, at least three things you must do. Number one, you must understand your identity. Number two, you must be able to pursue your purpose diligently. And number three, you must be given to leadership. You must be given to leadership. And among these three, a leadership mindset is pivotal. And that is why we have realized that most businesses, okay, in Africa do not go beyond the first generation. Why? Not primarily because of financial mismanagement, but because of poor leadership decisions. In fact, in a lot of our religious, political, and social organizations, we realize that in a lot of this sphere of influence, what we do have most of the time, especially in Africa, are accidental leaders, not prepared leaders. And this has been a bane for us, in Africa. And so if you're listening to me, it's a call that we must all develop our leadership potential. In fact, according to Peter F. Drucker, he said, there might be born leaders, but there are too few to depend on. There might be born leaders, but there are too few to depend on. So it's a call that we all must develop, our leadership potential. Listen carefully, regardless of the sphere of influence you belong to. So I'm talking about maybe you're in sport, entertainment, politics, business, wherever sphere of influence you may belong to, a leadership mindset is paramount. A leadership mindset is paramount. So today I just want to challenge, and for especially for those of us that are entrepreneurs, because that's where I'm zeroing in on. Those of us that are entrepreneurs, leadership is not only key for you, it's a must, because virtually whatever you will be doing, you just have to demonstrate leadership if you're truly going to have a life of impact, if your business is going to make impact and it's going to really, really influence the society. Okay, so before we begin to define our terms, okay, why leadership? Why is leadership important? According to Dr. John Maxwell, everything rises and falls on leadership. Okay, a lot of people might want to argue that, but that's the truth. Everything rises and falls on leadership. And the truth is that leadership determines the direction, the effectiveness, the gifts, the direction, the effectiveness, the success or failure of any organization. Leadership determines that. So where you see leadership, where you see good leadership that is being exemplified, that is being modeled, you realize that you can be sure that that organization will be successful. And the otherwise is also true, where when true leadership is not modeled, when true leadership also be sure that that organization is going to go down the drain. Okay, and the truth is that just improving leadership, you can change the performance and the outcome of a group of people. You can change the performance and the outcome of a group of people. And listen carefully, leadership enhances a stakeholder mindset. For example, you own a business and you begin to have employees working for you. The truth is, if you provide solid leadership, you begin to realize that every person working for you, every employee in that organization will have a stakeholder mindset. It's not just going to be a boss to employee relationship, it's going to be leaders to leaders relationship. And you must understand that true leaders do not just develop followers, true leaders develop leaders. Okay, true leaders develop leaders. Now let's define our terms, because the topic I'm speaking with is leadership, a vital attribute for every entrepreneur. So what is now? An entrepreneur is someone who creates, is a person who sets up or create a business, bearing most of the risk and enjoying most of the rewards. An entrepreneur is a person who sets up or create a business, bearing most of the risks and also enjoying most of the
Hello, so are you still there? It seems as if we have lost you.
profit based
Okay, you're
on
back now.
based on however the organization is being run. So an entrepreneur is a person who sets up a business or creates a business, bearing most of the risk and also enjoying most of the reward. But now, what is leadership? Now, there are different definitions of leadership from different experts. But the one I have chosen to go with is the one that has been popularized by Dr. John Maxwell, which is leadership is influence. Now, I like that definition because it's very simple enough for us all to understand. And it's also, underline the fact that everyone is a leader and everyone is a follower, because the leadership is influence. We are all influencing people and we are also being influenced too. It's the truth. Okay, so leadership is influence. And you can be influenced positively and you can also be influenced negatively. But our focus is true leadership. And in true leadership, leadership is influence. Now, the big question is, what is influence itself? Influence is the ability to inspire others, the ability to inspire others through your personal values, your virtues, your gifts, your skills, okay, to the end that they are willing to give you their loyalty. To the end that they are willing to give you their loyalty. Now, true leadership influences people via inspiration. Okay, but bad leaders influence people through domination. Okay, through manipulation. Okay, but true leadership influence people via inspiration. Now, for every entrepreneur, please listen carefully. Every entrepreneur, why leadership is a must for you is because for every entrepreneur, three characteristics will stand out. You will have to manage structures, systems, and people. I repeat, you have to manage structures, systems, and people. When I talk about structures, I'm speaking specifically about your assets, your equipment, your tools. When I talk about system, I'm talking about the mode of operation by which the organization is going to run. And people, especially people those that are going to work on the system and they are going to use the structures. So now, and you must understand that people are your most prized asset as an entrepreneur. People are your greatest asset as an entrepreneur, and that is why for you to develop a leadership mindset will help you to know how to manage people properly. It will help you to know how to manage people properly. Now, because of the preview of time, I just want to speak about leadership pills for every entrepreneur. Leadership pills for every entrepreneur. Now, but before I begin to go into this in depthly, I'd like you to know that the difference between a leader and a follower is their mindset. The difference between a leader and their follower is their mindset. Okay. The truth is this, just like Dr. Miles Moreau would say, as a leader thinks, so he leads. A mindset is just the way your mind is set. So you realize that the mindset by which a leader views things is oftentimes different by the mindset, our follower views things. And that is why we must all develop a leadership mindset. So let me give you some leadership piece every entrepreneur needs to take cognizance of, because these are very sacrosanct. Number one, credibility. Okay, if you're truly going to ensure that your organization, make impact and you're going to provide true leadership for everyone around you, you have to be credible. And to do that, it means you have to take initiative. Okay, which means you have to get up to go up. Okay, you have to take initiative. You have to also make sacrifice. Okay, you can't be a leader and don't make sacrifice. That means you have to give up to go up. Okay, and then you have to be maturity. That means you have to grow up, to get up. So these are very important in terms of your credibility. Second thing I like to talk about for every entrepreneur is accountability. Accountability is key. For me, accountability is foundational to true leadership. Okay, accountability to God, accountability to your purpose, accountability to mentors, accountability to people. One of the problems, and this is one reason, in fact, a lot of businesses go down the drain in the fourth generation. Most leaders in those organizations don't feel accountable to anybody. And you must understand that leadership is not just about occupying a seat, it's about serving your purpose to the world. Okay. So if you're truly going to, be an effective entrepreneur, you must be accountable. Number three is capacity. Okay, capacity. You have to develop your capacity regularly. Why? Because if you're going to be a leader, then one way or the other, people oftentimes follow those that they believe, have enough capacity to lead them. Nobody want to really follow somebody they believe does not have the capacity or the values or the virtues that will be able to use to lead them. So you need to develop your capacity, and the best way you can do that is to keep learning, keep learning to keep growing, keep learning to stay fresh, keep learning to stay alive. I'm telling you, Keep learning. That's one way you can build, your capacity via reading, via taking classes. Just ensure you remain fresh. The next is your character. In fact, listen carefully to me. An unbridled emotion can destroy years of positive contribution. An unbridled emotion can destroy years of positive reputation. That is why a leader must ensure that he has a winning character, okay? That your character is not flawed, okay? And that's why you must ensure that your integrity is top notch. What you do in the dimmest, you should be proud of it in the brightest. What you do in the dimmest, you should be proud of it in the brightest. Okay, the next is service. You must understand that primarily true leadership is about service. Okay, serving your purpose, serving your gift. Now, oftentimes, most entrepreneurs, why they set up their business is basically for profit. And oftentimes, because of that, they make a lot of compromises, okay, just because they want to make profit. And oftentimes, when people realize that you're not out there to serve, you're just out there to sign fund or, like out there to reap them, oftentimes they might not begin to give your business, something, making your business a serious thing to focus on. But when they realize that you are actually primarily to serve them, of course, the truth is this. That is why it's often advised in many circles that whatever you have for free, and then you can now begin to serve for a fee, because it begins to paint a picture to your customers, your consumers, that this person truly cares about them. And even among your subordinates, those you lead, people don't truly care how much you know until they know how much you care. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So be ready to serve, and also serve your strength. All right. The next thing is people development. The truth is this. Oftentimes, what we have seen in Africa is that people, rather than following people because they want to. And you see, positional leadership is the lowest level of leadership. A lot of people today, the reason they think they are leaders is because they are occupying a position. And so you just realize that people follow them because they have to. And immediately they quit that position, they realize that they truly have nobody following them. And Dr. Maxwell will always say, if you are a leader and no one is following, you're just taking a walk. And that's the truth. So to ensure, to begin to win the loyalty of people, you must be interested in developing and impacting people. Impacting people, especially as an entrepreneur, people working under you, you must be willing to invest in them, train them, or organize training for them. I said in my introduction that just improving leadership, you can improve the performance or outcome of the people. And that's the truth. Realize if a team, for example, if a football team is not doing fine, they don't oftentimes sack players. They sack the coach, okay, because they expect the coach to be able to provide leadership, for the team. And one of the best way to do that is by investing in your team, investing in your people. And that's people development, because eventually people are your most important and priceless effort. And the last leadership pillar I would like to discuss for today is legacy. It was the mother of Oprah Winfrey who told her that, listen, every life you touch is your legacy. Every life you touch is your legacy. The truth is this: whatever we do, we must realize that today's decisions is what becomes tomorrow's memories. Okay? So if whatever you do, if your business ends with you, it's just history. But if it continues after you, then it's then and only then it has become a true legacy. So you want to ensure that this business, this thing I'm doing, can eat, survive even after I am gone. So these are leadership pieces that I want every entrepreneur to take cognizance of. As I conclude tonight, okay, let me give you this nugget. Okay, let me give you this nugget, which is personnel determines the potential of the organization. Personnel will determine the potential of any organization. Relationship, that means relationship between the people, the personnel, will determine the momentum of the organization. The structure will determine the size of the organization. Okay, the vision will determine the direction of the organization. And leadership that's why we are speaking about leadership, will determine the overall success of the organization, because true leadership will provide vision, will provide direction for any organization, and every entrepreneur needs to master this. So I want to encourage you to develop your leadership potential, because it will go a long way to help you as an entrepreneur. Thank you very much. Maybe if there are questions, I can take some of them. Thank you once again, Otumba Adams, for this privilege to share, on this topic. Thank you very much. And I love you all.
Thank you very much. I guess your network has frozen. Okay, would you like to tell us about the free gifts that you have for us today? There's a free
Oh,
gift that you have for our people.
all right. Thank you very much. If everyone has listened up to this point, I have a free gift for every one of you. It's titled, it's a book I wrote this year. It's titled 10 Things I Wish I Knew in My Things, Securing the Future of the Next Generation. Of course, by taking the title, you realize that my major target audience was the teenagers, but the truth in this book can apply to everyone. The principle in this,
Well,
I
okay, I
believe
think
personally that, okay, hello?
your network froze at a point. So, like, I just
All
wanted to,
right,
like,
okay.
please continue.
Okay, so because I believe personally that if we're going to secure Africa, if we're going to secure Africa, then we must secure the next generation by showing them the truth that some of us did not make use of when we were much younger. Because if you begin to add value to yourself now, it will help you to become valuable to your work. But it's a free book. It's a free book, so I want everybody to download it. I want everybody to enjoy it, read it, and give me feedbacks. I will appreciate it. Thank you very much, Otumba, for this privilege.
You're welcome. So, how can we get across to you?
Yes, you can connect with me. Just click on that link you're seeing on your screen about me, / Lucky Nkumah. You know more about me, and you will see all my details, how you can connect with me on, and and also on YouTube. I have a channel also on YouTube, Lucky David Nkumah, where I give out spiritual content and leadership contents. Thank you very much.
All right, then. So, guys, please take our time to find more information about Lucky Nkumah. He's a very dear and very special person to me. We've known each other for the past 17 years, and he has always been exceptional. I actually forgot to mention that, like, he's a twin. Like, I did not know that, like, he was a twin until after I had graduated from the university. Like,
Whoa,
yeah,
that
it was a shocker to me. Like, when I heard that, like, you were a twin, I was like, whoa, okay, I never knew this about you. But then I am sure that, like, you guys have actually been able to learn something tangible today. And thank you, Mr. Lucky. Sorry, Pastor Lucky. Sorry, Bishop. Sorry, Apostle Lucky. I am very, very sorry, sir. I
it
keep
is
on doing
well. It is well. It is well.
all right.
Thank you
Well,
very
really,
much.
thank you for being a part of the show. We really do appreciate you. And for those of you that were able to stick around till the end of this show, I want to believe you have actually learned something tangible. And for those of you guys that will still come around later on to watch, you can definitely tell that, like, you got something valuable. And if you should apply the same principles in your businesses, it is sure that your business will skyrocket. So, guys, thank you very much for sticking around today. This brings us to the end of today's episode. And Mr. Lucky, do you have any last words for the audience before we say goodnight?
All right. My last word is committing words to memory.
Hello, sir. Can you start all over again? Because I feel the network might have frozen. Hello, Mr. Lucky. Wow. Okay. Nigerian network. It is what it is. And well, this brings us to the end of the show. Thank you guys for watching. I can see someone's comment. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much, Beatrice, for coming around today. And for every one of you guys, Idika Samson that came around earlier, thank you very much. It is an honor having you guys here. On this note, I say have a lovely night rest and see you guys again on Wednesday. Peace out, guys.
All right. Bye bye.